John Morant storyline for sure is the biggest one around the league because I don't think there's ever been an example of this where you have one of the faces of the league. Arguably, Kevin Durant a year ago said this is the most marketable, this is the face of the NBA. A player like this getting caught up in this situation where you're flashing a gun 2 times in 3 months, got suspended for 8 games the first time, met with Adam Silver. And in that meeting, I'm told Adam Silver essentially told John Morant, we can't have this happen. And John Morant was very convincing that he had learned from it. And even people around him were like, he knows how much he's put himself through, how he's jeopardized the Nike deal, the NBA deal. He will be better. And then 2 months later, the same thing happens. And this is all, I mean, it's a pattern of behavior, right? And it's not like this video got leaked. It's not like someone caught him. This is him and his group are publicly displaying this. And so these are all signs that, you know, the league, there's concern around the Grizzlies, AJ, that they're going to come down hard on John Morant and that this is going to be potentially a serious suspension.
So is it up to the Grizzlies or is it up to the NBA and Adam Silver? And who does the punishment come from?
It's going to eventually come from Adam Silver. The Grizzlies initially have already suspended him, as I reported. They suspended him essentially indefinitely, right? So, like, they're not playing right now. There's nothing to suspend him from as far as games. But all team activities, he's been suspended for this offseason as of right now, and the rest will be up to the league. And so it'll be Adam Silver. They're going to go through their own investigation, their own review process. Last time it took several days, about a week plus for this investigation. So I would expect a similar investigation. They're going to have to talk to Morant. They're going to have to talk to people around him and really get a sense of this situation. But this is not one like it was in Denver. So when he had this initial incident in Denver where he got suspended 8 games, he was intoxicated at a nightclub. There was Denver police involved. And he was flashing a gun at the club, at a strip club.
Oh, he was, okay.
Denver.
So in the club, he was flashing the gun. We weren't sure if it was in the club he flashed it or in the car later or what.
Well, no, in Denver in March, he flashed it at a nightclub.
So that's illegal. We were wondering if he broke the law. That's technically, is that illegal there? Because this, what he did in the car now, this new one, that's not technically illegal, we don't think. We're just trying to figure that out.
So I don't think he didn't break any laws in Denver. The Denver police cleared him of all the investigation. They actually had an investigation into John Morant. They investigated him. He was cleared of anything. Even the other day, I mean, if you look at the video, it looks like it's happening in broad daylight. Like, this is not something that's happening at night. There's no alcohol that you see anywhere near that video. I don't think he broke any laws the first time in Denver. I don't think he broke any laws this time. But when you think about the laws of just morality and how you want to behave, when we all, AJ, me, you, everyone, we're all responsible for our own actions. And so when you're him and you just did something very similar 2 months ago, you put your NBA team, your sponsorships, everything at jeopardy, and you do the same thing again, that's why you're going to see a more stringent penalty the second go around.
Is the NBA, I know the NFL is huge on if you're like a previous offender. Like if you have helmet contact, your first fine might be $25,000. They might bump it up to $75,000 the next time. Is the NBA big on that? Because I know, I would assume the NBA looks and said, hey, we already suspended you for something very similar, and here you are doing this again. Are they going to try to bring the hammer down on this guy?
I think the biggest thing is that we got your word that you understood the gravity of this, that this would not happen again, that you understood the position that you put yourself, your family, your team, and you'd be better. And the same thing happened again. And I think that's the thing. It's like you got one strike. Now this is going to be strike 2. And it's a situation where the league's not going to have a choice. If the investigation shows that was a firearm in his hand, that it was actually over the weekend, which it seemed to be, if everything confirms that, you would assume a harsher penalty than just 8 games.
Austin Connor?
Yeah, Shams, you just said the laws of morality. Who the hell decides what the laws of morality are?
I think this ambulance. I think the police in this ambulance.
Uh-oh.
They're after me, actually.
Oh, no.
So maybe I'm not following the laws of morality.
Take off. You can start running.
No, I mean, I think when you look at it from a position of, you responsibility, right? Adam Silver, the statement that he put out, I mean, you just can't have, a gun, especially at a nightclub, and then the way he was brandishing in the car. I mean, I think there is a level of responsibility, that he has as a max player for the Grizzlies, as an endorser, signature shoe at Nike. Powerade as well. There's a level of responsibility that comes with that.
Getting back to John Morant quickly, what's the timeline look like? And if you had to, be a pundit and try to, guess what could happen, how do they handle this? How long is he suspended? Is it possible we're hearing rumors of all kind of 50 games, the full season, all of this? Is everything up in the air right now?
I think everything is up in the air, and honestly, there really doesn't have to be a timeline. It's not like there's no games for Memphis until September. The NBA could take as long as they want throughout this offseason. So, but I would assume because of how high profile this is, it'll be expedited just a little bit, but there's really no timeline.
Is Nike going to drop him?
The summer.
Is Nike going to keep him? That's a big question.
I have not heard back yet from Nike on their plans for with Ja Morant.
They already had to drop. They already dropped Kyrie, so you lose Kyrie and Ja. That's a big deal for them, isn't it?
For sure. I mean, they've invested a lot of money, a lot of equity into Ja Morant. They gave him his own signature shoe this year. It's very rare when a player launches a signature shoe mid-season. That's what Ja Morant did, and it came right around the time where he had the incident in March. So for Ja Morant, I think there will be some level of a suspension. He's already been suspended, so I'm not breaking news there, but I think there will be some suspension. He already got 8 games the first time. It's happened again. So, ruling would only show that it would be more significant than that.